Hello everyone, my name is Evance Odero. Evance Odero is a motivational speaker on leadership and crisis identity. I'm also a forensic investigator. I love dealing with young people, corporates, and organizations on leadership, organizational structure, how you're supposed to organize yourself, how you're supposed to lead, how you're supposed to position yourself, how to brand yourself. And today I want to talk about as a man thinketh, so is he. It found very familiar, and that I want us to bring to you in a manner and in easy way for you to understand that everything that happens, everything that goes on is not coincident, but it is something that is within. Every action, every character, every achievement, every failure is something from within. For this is the reason I welcome you to listen. And if any question arises, you can always write your questions, your comments in the comments below. Welcome. Human beings are human beings of thoughts. Human beings are people of meditation. And many a times, everything that happens in our lives are things from thoughts. The things we are thinking about, things about what we're going to do in life, whether to be happy or to be sad, is all the results of our thoughts. Now, when human beings think, the thoughts and actions are related. Now, as we cultivate our lands at the time, the things that spring from our land are coming from the seeds. And therefore the characters and actions are also the results of the hidden treasures in our thoughts. And therefore that's why it says that as a man thinks, and so he is. Everything that you do, whether it's good or bad, whether it's happiness, whether it's sadness, anything that is gladdening is from our thoughts. So the question that we need to ask in our life is that, what are we thinking about? What are the things that run into our minds? And how are these thoughts helpful to us? Sometimes when I was talking to one of my friends, trying to understand on why he has to do some of the things. And I was surprised when he was able to tell me that he cannot tell why such things happen to him and why he has to do act in a particular way. And I was not able to fathom. Ideally, anything that we call spontaneous is a result of the hidden thoughts, is a result of the seed of our thinking. It makes us who we are. Human beings are makers. They are molders of their thoughts. They are the powers, and the human beings have got the intelligence and power to define who they're going to be. Now, who you are today is a result of your thinking. What you want to do in life. What are you thinking about other people? How do you relate with them? If something happens wrong, what is your first reaction? Do you judge them? Do you embrace them? It's all about our thoughts. Sometimes we have to disqualify people because of their actions. Because we do not understand on how they have been nurtured. The nurture is the environmental factors that makes us also think differently. Everybody was born anew, born empty in the brain. But as time goes by, as you act to the other things, as you associate with others, you realize that it defines on how you're going to think. And as you think, you grow. Some people grow into greatness, and some people dive into the deep sea, not to be found again. Now, so it is important to feed our brains with important information so that as we expand our thinking capacity, we also improve in our personal development. And so as we think, so we become. Have you ever thought on even your health and how it is related to your brain. Do you feel depressed today? Are you feeling angry? Do you feel sad? Do you feel disappointment? Are you embarrassed? It is all how it is in your mind. Some people will say it is emotions. But which kind of a man can be great when emotions controls them? If you cannot control emotions, it means you have weakness in the brain. So because these emotions, if they're not well nurtured, it gives you different characters. You become depressed, you can be sad. But when you think properly, you have good mental health, which translates to body health. Therefore, you'll have good body physique. You'll be able to have control of your emotion. You know how to handle your anger. You're able to also handle some disappointments or embarrassment that come with environmental factors. So even character and body health, these two things are a result of how we're going to think. So you are listening to me this morning, afternoon, from wherever you're watching from. How is your mind? Which people are you relating with? Which discussion do you make? Which books do you read? Which movies are you watching? Right? When you meet your friends, what are the discussions that you have? Are you discussing about people? Are you discussing how to bring people down? Or are you discussing on how to do some business? Are you discussing on how to develop yourself? To improve in your mental health? To improve your emotional health? To improve in your physical fitness? Or what are you thinking about? Take a minute and think about this. What are you feeding your mind? Because without the mind, there's no soul. A human being is a man of power, is a man of intelligence who shapes his own life. You are the owner of your own soul. You decide what to do and decide where to go. And as you think of where to go, it defines you. The things you do every day defines who you are. It defines your character. It defines everything. Anything that you have is defined by your thinking. Is there anything that you call favor or chance? I cannot buy in that idea. I've always said this, and I'll say it over again, that there's nothing like chance or favor. People work on what they think is right for them. People think and act. You know, in a criminal justice system, being a professional in forensic and criminal investigation, there are things that happen in the criminal life that you have to think and act. Just to educate you, there's what we call actus reus and mens res. Now, actus reus is how the person is going to act, the action that a person takes. The mens rea is the thinking. Now, if I have a thought that I am going to steal, that is still within me. But until I steal or take another person's property without his knowledge, then the crime has been committed. Then it is complete. But by thinking alone, then the crime is not complete. It is incomplete. Therefore, I cannot be judged by thinking alone. Therefore, there's something that I'm trying to bring out, is that as you think, then there must be an action. You know, many a times you have listened to many motivational speaking. Many a times, even when people are in school, the motivation speaker come in. And when they come, they give us very many important information and we get excited. But what makes the difference from the person who did not attend the motivational talk and the person who did is the action. Now, you are trained, you are taught, and then you did an action towards it, and you achieved it. Now, if you didn't do something about it, it means there's no difference between you and the person never attended. Ladies and gentlemen, our mind is the greatest treasure God ever gave man. We can achieve anything just because of our thinking. What do you want to be defined for? What do you want to be known for? What are you thinking about? As a man thinks, so is he. When you always think about how people are bad about you, when you just feel on how, as they say, I heard many people say that men are dogs or something. That's a person thinking. He will tell you, oh, a man is a dog or something. So if that is the kind of thinking you have, then what happens is that you have a problem to relate with such people. If you say somebody does not meet your standard, then you're not going to relate with such a person. That is your thinking. What you achieve, whether you fail or not, depends on you. Your happiness or sadness is your own thing. Your success or your failure is your own. It's not of any other person. Whether you are sad or happy, it's all about you. You see, even when a person is weak, he cannot be brought up with a strong man unless the person who is weak is willing to be brought up. So you who are listening and watching, I want to take a minute and think. Think where you have been. Think about how you have been brought up. Think about the things you've done when you were young. Think about your ambitions. Think about your character. What you wanted to be in life. You can still get back to it. Don't just lose hope. You have the great potential. Your mind is there with you. Even if you have been disappointed, you have been embarrassed, you still have the ability to achieve it. So keep going. Keep thinking. Keep reading. No matter how slow it goes, but remember, you must keep going. You must keep engaging your mind. Keep reading. Keep studying. Keep approaching people. Keep relating. Expand your mind. Expand the thinking capacity. Expand your reasoning. Expand on your understanding. And when you do this, you shall achieve what you want to achieve. As a man thinketh, so he shall become.